What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Matt?
Hello.
I love a good Sunday or Wednesday show with Matt and you both. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's always good to have him in studio. We always seem to have really funny shows when the three of us end up getting together. You know what I mean?
It kind of depends.
Boop. Pee.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, really, I guess not as much funny, just really laid back, I should say.
Technical, though.
Yeah.
We really get into...
Technical about being laid back is the problem.
Well, in the meat of science issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Today, we actually got a pretty busy show. We're going to talk about your favorite broadcaster, Alex Jones, being sued for the 6th time this year.
Perfect.
For defamation. And that's a great story, if you're not aware of it. We're also going to talk about Sinclair Broadcasting. If you guys remember, Monday we played a nice little clip that they had 73% of all local news read. There might be a little bit of pro-Trump to them. And another one of your, Cody, one of your favorite guys.
Great.
Tucker Carlson.
Good old Tucker.
Yes.
Why do you give me all of these people?
Last night, he said, and I quote, "Well, with all the opioid deaths and everything, we have to look no further than Mexico."
Okay, so what's this? Yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, they're the ones bringing it all up here.
They're
anyway.
prescribing it?
Yeah.
All the Mexican doctors?
Yeah.
Oh, the multiple
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You see a Gonzalez, you're like, fuck, you know that dude's a
They're
fucking
going to the pharmacies and
anesthesiologist.
they're handing them out.
He's a
I just
fucking
came
doctor.
back from a Mexican doctor.
No shit, really?
Roja.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
I have never heard of a
She
Mexican
was
doctor.
awesome. She was awesome. She was a GI doctor.
Is she hot?
Well, she probably...
I mean,
No.
what?
No.
She probably wants that, like...
Why'd you look at me and say no like that? Like she couldn't possibly be hot.
Most intelligent women aren't hot.
No, that's true.
But no, she probably takes that thing. What's that thing that Obama was trying to give us?
Stimulus? Welfare? I don't know.
You know, that most first world countries have. That we don't have. Obama was trying to help us out with that.
Healthcare?
Yes, that thing. She probably takes that insurance thing, which I don't have. Because I'm an average fucking American. So anyway, you guys have a good day?
Yeah,
Cool
so
going?
far.
Long day.
Long?
This whole week's been long, man.
Really? See, mine's blown by.
Nice.
I was actually really surprised when I got off today and realized the week's damn near over.
Well, see, the thing is, like, my days are going fast.
Yeah.
But then, like he was just saying, you know, when I was saying that you had sexy hours, 7 to 3:30, which
Yeah.
are pretty much my hours.
Yeah.
But then he brings up, well, calm down there, buddy. But then he brings up, you know, how are those sexy hours? Which I can understand.
Yeah.
But
I like them,
kind
though.
of
I
in,
really
I'm
do.
kind of in agreement with him right now because 7 to 3 goes really fast, but then
Yeah.
3:30 is just like, oh,
Yeah.
that was a really long day.
It was, but
You're just tired from your entire day.
I still like them. Like
I do too.
I'd still
wouldn't
choose
trade 'em.
these hours. Because then once I get off work, I'm still in the mode to like do shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I worked like an evening shift,
I have to
thing,
disagree with this completely, by the way. Because I ask Cody every
Zach,
show.
we just don't want to hang out with you.
No, I ask him every show, hey, what's going on, man? What you know, what's been going on? Nothing.
Well,
I was getting just a flat nothing.
Well, I mean, if you
So,
want,
no, like...
if you would like me to every time tell you about every bill that I pay, then I can do that. But like, there's nothing exciting going on, just shit that I need
Well,
to get
ran
done.
to the city office today, and then I went
Yeah,
to
exactly,
the
like-
DMV. and
Well, I
then
cleaned up
went
my
do you
living
not,
room last
Do you
night.
not
I
have
trimmed
any
the lawn a
stories
little
that
bit.
come from life?
No,
You must live the most boring, mundane...
I enjoy
He
it.
lives in Halstead.
I was gonna say, I mean, I enjoy it. So
I mean, there's not much. The only thing I've heard about Halstead is they got a lot of feral cats.
yeah,
It's all
and
fleas.
Cats,
fleas.
a lot of meth,
and
too.
fleas. Not that much meth.
Well, it's a
actually.
small town in Kansas. Of course, there's a lot of meth. That's just how it is.
There are a lot of fleas.
Oh, and a lot of alcoholics.
Alcohol? What? Oh yeah, definitely.
Alcoholics.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many grown adults on bikes.
There's a lot
but
of
like
alcoholics.
not, like
In Halstead?
active guys.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a biking community.
No,
No,
see,
it's
that's
not.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't wear a 25-year-old jean jacket on your bike if you're in the biking community. You know what I'm saying? You don't look like you blew out your pants the night before.
Yeah,
you're just into
fair.
exercise.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's. But no, I mean, I don't really have a lot of shit that goes on in my life that's not just boring shit. Like I tend to the house, I tend to the lawn if I need to, just shit like that. I mean, if you want to hear about it, I can tell you all about it.
I'm surprised you don't pull anything from any of that. Nothing.
No, I mean,
I tell Zach about my day every night.
that's cute.
When he usually pulls some good stories. He's got some stuff that happens.
Nothing really happens to me, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I really am painfully
No
okay
observation.
There's a beauty in that. I agree.
No, I agree too.
Like my weekends
just-
when I have nothing to do. Oh, it's glorious. It's like the best thing ever. It's the
What do you
best
mean
gift that can be given.
observations?
Well, like part of a lot of my stories from my day to day is that I'm observing something else going on. And there's something funny or something interesting.
That's the thing is whenever
about
I'm doing
that.
something, I am typically just looking around to keep myself distracted because what I'm doing probably sucks. Nothing happens. Like no matter which town I'm in, I don't see anything like cool or exciting or funny.
Really, because today I was at Walgreens, right, picking up my prescription, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and all of a sudden this kid gets out of this vehicle, and then the dad, I would assume, gets out. And this kid is just screaming at the top of his lungs, "I hate you, Dad!" And like this is in the middle of the Walgreens parking lot. It's like there's like 4 or 5 people getting out of their cars, so everybody's just like, there's some people like just sitting in their cars with the windows down. Everybody's just looking
and doing that thing where like you're trying not to.
No, but this dad just turned around and like he was probably like, I don't know, 20 feet away from him or so, and he was just like, "Get back in the car." And he was very stern and assertive, but he never raised his voice. He didn't look one bit embarrassed at all, and the kid finally did.
How old do you think the kid was?
8, maybe.
Oh, too old for that shit.
8 or 9.
Old enough to be killed.
Well, in a different country, maybe. But yeah, and so I mean that was something interesting that happened here in
yes, yeah.
So,
No, I was. In fact, I was fucking annoyed because I'm trying to print off some stuff for work, and apparently, where I work was built on an Indian burial ground because Bluetooth and internet just don't seem to work all the time or
that's
constant.
weird, dude.
They're it's like a photon atom, you know, it's just in and out.
Yeah.
So I had to like take my printer and my computer back to my house before I got here. So I'm driving down one of the streets, Old Main, if you're familiar with the area, and there's this like brand new Toyota Camry. I'm right behind it. I was watching it because I want one of those. But, like, the car was, like, swerving, like, and, like, driving really slow. And I'm, behind there just screaming, like, hurry the fuck up. I at least want to rub one out and, get ready for my show and whatever. Probably 15 miles an hour just going, but swerving. The car just gets to this point, doesn't break the 15 miles an hour. It just rams up on the fucking, like, curb. Half of it on the grass/curb. The other half still on the street.
Holy shit.
And this, like, 80-year-old woman just walks out.
I was going to say, was it
car.
day drunk or was it an elderly?
Elderly. And the best part was watching, like, it must have been her son or something. He just comes, like, bursting out of the house, like, to hurry up and get in the car. And I'm guessing he was moving it or whatever. It was the funniest shit.
She just gets out just nonchalant.
Like, it was nothing. Like, that's how you park.
Yeah.
That's how it's done, bitches.
I think the most exciting thing that happened to me today was someone pulled out in front of me. That's about it.
It's too bad your brakes were working.
Are you guys
Yeah.
Always Sunny fans?
Oh, yes. Oh, I love
You know what I'm talking about, what I'm about to bring up? The
No.
traffic.
No.
When him and Mac take the bet from Danny DeVito's character, I can't think of his name right now. Frank, yeah. Frank bets him that they can't live in the suburbs together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That is one
Yeah.
of the best episodes ever. And so it's showing this different life, and it's like they only have to do it for like 30 days, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Or was it a year?
No.
It was like 30
like a
days
month
or something, and they could have had the house was for free and everything because Frank's loaded. If you don't know the show,
I don't know that well.
And everybody else are just scumbags basically. And but it shows him in traffic, and he's got the worst road rage, and it's amazing. And that's what it reminded me of when you're there. Like, you know, where he's just like, hit the gap, you fat cow! Like, just like, merge!
That's the truth. That is the truth.
It's
Especially small town.
It's so
It's
funny.
like,
And this
oh
is in,
my
I mean, this
God.
is based in Philly, so I mean, it's, you know, obviously a lot more traffic than we're used to, but it's
Yeah,
so-
which then I'm the
I
exact
can't believe you
opposite.
haven't watched that show, dude. You would love it. You
Yeah.
have
Dude,
to
there's
watch
just
that
so
show.
many. Here's my problem. I watched some of it, like some of the first season.
Don't give me the spiel of there's just so many shows to watch.
Well, there are.
Well, I understand.
I haven't
But
finished.
see,
I haven't finished The Shy yet.
you should well, you should feel bad about that, but
I do.
you should feel worse about the fact that you haven't. Always Sunny has been around for way too long to have that excuse.
And you just
Yeah, but
kind of
okay,
blow
and then
through it,
like
too.
okay, Trailer Park Boys just came out.
New season, yeah.
Yeah, which I gotta get to that.
I don't
Archer
even-
is
I don't-
coming out
I think I'm a
again.
couple seasons behind on Trailer Park Boys, though. I've seen a lot of their movies, but
And there's a lot less.
yeah.
There's like 20 some episodes per season.
I just started True Detective, and I'm loving it. But
You
I
do not
just
need to talk to
started.
me then if you just started True Detective.
And I was like 3 years behind on Breaking Bad. So I mean,
By the way, though, True Detective, don't get warmed up. Like season 1, you're good, then get out.
oh really?
Yeah, season 2 stinks.
Does it have the same guys?
No,
Oh, that's why.
yeah, they completely change it. Like
Yeah, I want
Matthew
that.
McConaughey and what is his name?
Woody.
Vince Vaughn, right?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah,
Vince Vaughn's in the second season.
yeah, he's
isn't
in
he?
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks. But yeah, that first season is just great.
I'm a huge fan of Woody.
Who
Just
isn't?
a huge fan of Woody.
He's great. He's like one of the most
I love-
underrated actors.
I love a good old Woody movie.
I just started Reno 911.
You just
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. I almost asked you to leave.
No, Reno 911 kicks ass.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, where were we? I don't even remember.
I
Were we
can tell
anywhere?
you.
Talking about
We were just
sitcoms.
No, we were just
You know-
talking about stories that go on in our
That
life.
happens at every show I've heard. It's like, we got this really busy schedule.
Yeah.
Name off what we have, and then like take like an hour of the show just talking about
We
bullshit.
got other shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Like that stuff's gonna be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
people want to hear about the fact that you haven't watched Always Sunny.
I think that's it. Not to mention, how do you really transition into a shooting at YouTube? Like,
well, yeah. And
That's
I'm not
a
ready
hard-
to transition yet.
that's a hard one to, you know.
I mean, actually, it probably wouldn't be that big of a stretch from Always Sunny to that. But
I don't know.
I don't know.
And female shooter,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see D going postal.
which is
Yeah.
another. Yeah,
Easily. So
I could see the Queen going postal.
Why?
I mean, come on. Do I really need to say anything more?
No, it's true.
no, but
I bet that's how Will. You know how like Will pitches up a show. I bet that's how he like does dirty talk.
That'd be awesome.
I can't even do it, but
I'm like on one right now. I just want to talk about TV shows the whole show. Like,
All right.
I've pretty much
do this?
blown
Is this,
my
is this
load.
more like a Sunday show?
yeah, that's
Where
more
we can
Sunday
just-
show. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But I kind of blown my load with TV shows. Oh, I was watching the. Remember, you guys are. I know you're too young. You're probably on the brink of being too young.
How old are you?
35.
Okay, I'm 31. That's 4 years.
That's what I'm saying because I was really young.
All right.
Do you remember the
I'm an old soul.
Super Mario Brothers cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I watched that for the first time in like 25 years or however long it's been last night.
Why?
Dude, I did that with Dragon Ball Z a couple of years ago, and then I ended up watching the entire thing of Dragon Ball Z.
You know, that's one that I never really could get into. I like the
I love
original Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, that's great too. I didn't
After
like
that, I
anything
didn't think
after
it was
Dragon
good.
Ball Z, but
But you watched it all
I
anyway?
never understood
of
any
Dragon
it.
Ball Z. But then there's like GT, and then
Yeah.
there's, I think it's still going on with
I think it
something,
is, yeah.
you know?
No, it just ended.
Dragon Ball Z, Canadian.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. I've never understood it.
But that's kind of how I feel about Trailer Park Boys. That's probably why I'm not big of a loss.
You
for
don't
the
get
last
it?
3 seasons. No, there's nothing to get in that show.
It's hilarious.
Well,
That's
yeah,
so
it's hilarious. But what I'm saying is, like, it's kind of fizzled out on me.
And is it that funny?
Oh yes,
Yes.
I don't think.
I
so.
mean, the first few seasons are hilarious, but
They're funny.
yeah.
I don't know about hilarious.
Well,
There were a few times.
you ever
where I
live
was
in a
like,
trailer home?
You don't know what hilarious
Have
is.
you ever
I
lived in a
have,
trailer house
yes.
in your life?
Yeah.
Well, then
You
you should
also-
find it hilarious.
You also don't know what hilarious is.
It's not that. I
Yeah,
can
tell me
you
something
that.
that's hilarious. Tell me something that you think is
See?
hilarious.
I don't know.
That's his
Brickleberry.
comeback.
Brickleberry's fucking.
I don't even know
funny.
what Brickleberry is. What is that?
What?
It was a really short-lived cartoon.
Yeah, there was only. Like,
So are you a cartoon guy
two-
more?
I prefer cartoons. Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Who's your favorite stand-up comedian? He's going to say
Honestly-
Gallagher.
Gallagher, yeah. Carrot Top, I'm a big fan of Carrot
Carrot
Top.
Top.
Actually,
and Roseanne
hilarious.
Barr.
I think Dane Cook really.
Oh, come on.
No, honestly, favorite stand-up, I would either have to say Louis or Jim Jeffries or Dave Chappelle.
Those are both great. Those are all great. Yes.
So
Jim Brewer, hilarious. Gaffigan.
See,
I swear,
like
if your name's
Gaffigan.
Jim, you're funny.
what?
Cody doesn't find that hilarious.
What is it?
I find that hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I guess that's all right.
I don't know.
I'm too cool for everything.
No, here's the thing: is like those jokes are just really outlived. Like that's one of those jokes that I'm kind of like, you can only replicate a joke so many times before it's just not funny anymore.
All right.
And that's kind of one of them for me, where it's like, oh, you got butt fucked by a dude. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just one of those things.
Uh-huh.
That was
Yeah.
awkward.
I think I just discovered that Cody hates happy. Cody hates anything that's. I don't know why he considers himself to be part of like a comic kind of show.
Cody.
Because he hates anything funny or happy. It's
Cody is a pessimist.
Yes,
It's
I am.
like McConaughey in True Detective, pessimist. Like that
And fuck
pessimistic.
McConaughey, by the way. I hate that dude. Genuinely.
All right.
I hate his
Do you have
voice.
any reason why you hate him though?
His voice.
See, here's
honestly, and he's
here's
fucking
the problem.
stupid.
What have you seen that he's done? Because that True Detective was a thing that turned me, which you've probably never seen.
I have.
Oh, really? I've loved him way before, but I've also
I like True Detective.
But
But-
I've always loved him, but like, sorry to butt in,
Nah.
but like, he was kind of like a guilty pleasure at one point,
Right,
for
right.
me. But like, he grew on me. Like,
But and
I
a
really
guy
liked
who
him
you-
in Mud. He was really like he's
really
good.
good
I haven't
in
seen
Mud.
Mud.
He's
Yeah.
good in movies that and Dallas Buyers Club. He was amazing.
Fantastic.
In. You know, there was only one other better actor, and that was Jared Leto. But that was just because of his character. He had to
Yeah.
play.
Well, Jennifer Lawrence, but
No, Jared Leto was the best actor in Dallas Buyers Club.
Jared Leto's never been the best anything.
He's the best singer in 30 Seconds to Mars.
That's not very hard. He was the only one.
Exactly. See, he's been the best at something.
I'm a fanboy of Jared Leto. All
I
right?
kind of am too, to be totally honest.
Like, I mean, he's a great musician and whatnot, but I like his acting a lot. I think he's really good.
Did you know
Okay,
he
he's
was
kind
a
of like you need to
great
watch
musician?
other movies he's in that aren't.
he was a decent musician.
Yeah,
I'll say
he was a
that.
great musician.
But
is
the only
really
thing that I
pushing it.
really don't like him in is Suicide Squad.
Oh, he's
He
awful in
fucked up
See,
the Joker.
I didn't really have that much beef. on
Oh,
that.
I did because
You didn't see it from it. You just said you're a fanboy, though.
I am. Mhm.
Like,
Definitely fanboy of Jared Leto.
and I like him too, but I'm also a fanboy for like Marvel and DC. And so when they
That's
butcher
fair.
it,
That's definitely fair. I
And
mean, the
he
movie
did butcher-
sucked.
Yeah, the whole movie sucked, but I thought it more sucked because they butchered so many details about the characters. And like
That was
Slipknot,
such a big
the
one.
guy they killed at the very beginning. Remember, he
Yeah,
tried
yeah,
to.
yeah.
He's actually a total badass in the comics. Like he had his arm and his leg blown off in war, and like he came back. He's a total badass.
which I'm
They
sure
killed
all
him
the
off like
people on
that.
StarDestroyer.net would agree with you.
What is that?
But it's a giant dork site.
oh, I need to
But
check
the
it out.
average person doesn't. But the Joker, they do know. And that was so
They
bad.
butchered it. I really like him in Fight Club,
Oh yeah.
mostly because he
see
gets
the-
his
he
face
just gets his
pummeled in.
face
Yeah,
pummeled in.
that's
I mean,
kind of why I
Did you see
like
the
him so
one
much.
movie where he got fat? I can't think of what it's called, but like he gained I think 60 pounds and then lost it like all within like a month.
Oh.
Because he was doing two different movies. And it wasn't. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was before Dallas Buyers Club. I can't remember what it is, but he's got glasses. He kind of looks like me, basically.
You're the fanboy. You should know.
Super
Yeah, I was gonna
fat
say.
with glasses and like. I don't think he had a beard, a rocking beard, by the way. But like, whose beard's better, mine or Zach's?
I don't want to be put in this situation.
I mean, I would say Zach's is better.
I can't see yours in the light.
See, I really like mine, but Zach can grow higher than me.
Oh, you can't grow any higher?
Well, I haven't trained it to.
Yeah, I'd say that.
But yeah, Zach's is more full, maybe, but it's shorter.
Well, I cut it. I get it trimmed.
I do too, and actually, mine's so curly, like straight. It's all the way down here.
Seriously?
It's ridiculous.
Nice.
Like it's so curly.
You should just brush it out instead of cutting it.
It doesn't look good straight.
You should be one of those like gay guys and put a braid in it.
And some
braid.
glitter. Dress it up for the holidays.
Yeah,
What holidays?
I might do that.
Halloween, Christmas, New Year's,
Yeah, I don't
Martin
think
Luther
he's talking
King
about
James Day,
Oh.
Future. near.
Fair use of it.
Valentine's Day.
By the way,
Jehovah's
is anyone
Witness.
else kind of messed up? Like, do you think it's messed up that they're celebrating the anniversary of Martin Luther King's assassination?
I think so a little bit.
Nah, fucking
Right? Like, how many in your family are you ever like, hey guys, it's the 20th anniversary of Grandpa's heart attack? Yay!
No, it's like
No.
I mean, it's a super. I mean, from a mental health perspective, especially, death anniversaries are really hard.
It's really
Like, they're
weird
not,
too.
They're not. I mean, I have met people that do celebrate it, but it's usually different cultures.
Really?
And like our main culture, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that, but around here at least, is I mean they just get really sad when
Right.
which makes sense.
Death should be about letting go, not remembering every aspect of the death. Well,
Yeah,
life
I
is
think
cool.
I think it's kind of weird, and I don't know if is this a new thing with MLK Jr.
no.
or
I'm not
or is
exactly
it just
sure.
or
It's
am I just
not.
taking notice of it this year?
See, that's how I am. I'm not sure. I mean, they're like, it's the 50th anniversary, so guessing they've done it 49 times, but maybe they didn't. Maybe,
they didn't. Yeah,
they just hit the big ones. Like 10, 20, 30,
maybe.
40, and at 40 I just didn't care.
Well, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying this too, but I'm gonna say it. Was it a slow news day?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. It depends what news you look at.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty slow on Facebook.
That's where all the good news is.
Exactly.
That is the best.
I'm surprised you're still using Facebook.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Zuckerberg going up in front of Congress here soon, huh?
All right.
I don't give a fuck if he sold my data. It's like I said the other day. My data is useless. Useless.
Maybe.
Nobody's data is useless.
But what about the people that you text?
They're
See?
useless.
Well, probably. They're texting you.
I don't have any important friends.
Yeah, I guess we've never messaged to each other, have we?
Right, yeah. You and I barely talk. So it's all right.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. I don't even think I've got your digits.
You don't.
I don't.
You're not gonna.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
You don't worry about it.
I'm not. I'm probably not gonna text you anyway because I just don't text people.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
What?
Yeah, I don't anymore.
You're constant.
Zach
Oh,
and I
not.
text.
I text like one person consistently through the day.
Here's the thing why he won't text you, Matt. You don't have tits or an ass that
I
he can
do.
get behind.
And that is partially
Your
true.
hair's too short.
No, that's not true. I'd fuck a butch. I don't care. Yes, I did compare you to a butch.
That's fair.
No, anymore.
Although I don't think if you got a woman that looks like me, I think that's beyond butch. Yeah, that's
You'd still get in trouble
honestly,
for calling her
like,
a him.
anymore, I don't text or message people a whole lot. Really. Like, I'll text one person
Grown up
consist-
life catch up with you?
No, I'm just sick of people.
that's fair.
I mean, honestly, like, there's a lot of times someone will text me and I don't feel like responding, so I don't.
Your parents text you?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll text one person, maybe two, consistently through the day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll respond to you because usually it's about the show or something.
Yeah. Well, and
otherwise you wouldn't respond to him.
Depends on my mood.
Nah, all right.
I respect that.
I mean, to be fair,
No, that's definitely fair.
half the time I don't even hear messages.
My roommate, sometimes I don't even respond to her, and she's in the next room.
Yeah.
So,
What would happen if you actually did get like important?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, like if you
I
actually,
still wouldn't talk to people.
but like okay, the group of people that probably want to talk to you are maybe like 10 people, maybe.
Yeah.
That's pushing it.
But like my close friends, I'd say are 7 or 8 people.
Count me in. Make it 11.
But what happens if you actually got to a point where like thousands of people actually want to talk to you?
I'd ignore them too. I don't even talk to like my closest friends some days. Why am I going to talk to a bunch of no names in my book?
So why not?
What happened to you?
Why not?
No, well, hold on.
I mean, we know you're a pessimist.
I want to hear
but-
what happened because just a few months ago, like he'd come hang out at the shop and like you couldn't have a conversation without like halfway through it he's down there exercising his thumbs like just constantly and you hear bzzz, 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 like constant. Like what happened?
I really just got tired of people. Honestly. I don't know.
Is this Trump's fault? I'm just curious.
Where did he touch you?
I wish he would touch me so I could sue the fuck out of him. You know how good of a
You
headline
can sue
that'd
him
be?
without that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Everybody else is.
That's true. Him and Alex Jones.
Yeah, that's the one to go after right now.
No, I just really got tired of
Easy
talking to
prey.
people. You know?
I guess that's fair. Not,
Yeah, I mean,
And I think a lot of it is because,
not
especially
healthy,
now,
folks. Not healthy at all. But fair.
I think it's fine, honestly. I mean, if I need to talk to someone, I'll text them. But like anymore, I've gotten to the point where I'm busy through the day, so I'm usually not on my phone at work. I can't be.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evening, if I don't have this, I'm at home enjoying me time.
No, I get that.
And so, like, I've gotten to the point where if I'm going to text or call somebody, I want it to be actually something like. I don't want to say like business related because
No,
that sounds
but
too professional. But like, I want to be accomplished. I don't want
there to be a point.
I don't just want it to be a "Hey, how are you?" conversation. I want there to be like, "Hey, so," or like I was texting my dad yesterday. I was like, "Hey, so Friday, can you help me co-sign on this loan or something?" And then it was done after that. Like I don't have an interest in talking to people hardly.
It was because he replied no.
That'd be an interesting poll to have to show.
How many people
like
do
compared
have those?
to now, compared to 5 years ago? I think 5 years ago people were. I mean, and now people are hooked on their phones. Obviously.
Yeah, well,
but I think
yeah.
5 years ago even it would have been more.
You think it's worse back then?
I think so. You know, maybe not 5 years ago, maybe 2 or 3. But like me, like on the weekend, a lot of times I don't even know where my phone is. I set it down.
I'm with you.
I don't know where it is.
You know what?
It's probably dead.
You know more than anyone because I think I get messages from you and Will the most that are,
Yeah.
Bucker, you're killing me with this texting shit because you'll text me, I'll text back, but I have the don't disturb set constantly on my phone, so like I just have to look at it.
I just have, I guess, an inherent do not disturb. I don't actually use the setting. It's just how it is.
Put it in the other room.
That's kind of how I am.
But I mean, seriously, sometimes it's like, and I mean, with my profession, I talk a lot, man, and I listen even more. So sometimes, I mean, I get the whole, I need me time. Like I need wife time, or I just need to not be talking to everybody.
I completely understand, 100%. I mean, that's one of the glory of my schedule.
But
being up till like 11 to 3.
I mean, it's just a rude. All
Well,
it
it used to
really
be- it
is
used
just
to
a
be
sign of
me time.
antisocial behavior, you know.
Which is
Like-
fine, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Antisocial behavior isn't a bad thing.
It depends. It depends. Well,
Well, let
when
me
I
ask
was
you a
talking,
quick
I was
question.
cracking a joke on Zach and talking about like antisocial as in not healthy, very mentally ill antisocial.
But I am.
yeah.
And that's kind of like that's kind of like the other show I talked about how I hated people using the word crisis so much. It's kind of the same thing with antisocial. Like in my world, antisocial, it's not a good thing.
Well, no,
antisocial is like your Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, you're
Ted
diagnosing
Bundy.
people.
I'm antisocial. I have an
world
antisocial
uses-
crisis going on.
But the world uses like antisocial as wallflowers. or
Yeah.
like
I'm more like, if I'm in an antisocial mood, it's usually like, hey, I want to go home, I want to angrily jerk it, and then I'm going to play Lord of the Rings. Know what I mean? Like that.
The funniest part about that is he's referencing like a 10-year-old game.
Yes,
in
yeah.
my opinion.
Oh, and it's still so good.
I don't even care about the angrily jerk.
No, I get that.
It's
like
still
who
so
plays
good.
Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
What? Oh, it's a great game. It really is. That's one of the
Like when you blow off the old PS2 and get it.
Xbox original, actually.
Oh my gosh.
No, that was one of the things, like, now that I actually have a decent income, I'm going through and I'm getting games from my childhood. I'm getting I have an Xbox.
Sure.
I'm getting a PS2. I'm going to get my PS3 again.
You're going through a midlife crisis.
That's what it kind of sounds like. That's what
I
it kinda
hope
sounds
so.
like.
You
Like,
hate happy.
yeah.
You don't like to talk to people.
Dude,
and
I
you're
hope
buying
so.
stuff from your childhood. You are going through a midlife crisis.
I hope so, because that means I'm dead by like 44.
You need to meet with me after this show.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
and Matt
can't.
need to
I've got.
start-
I will
plans.
pro bono. I will
Got
pro
plans
bono
with
work.
Gandalf.
Me and Aragorn are gonna fuck some shit up.
But no, I mean, and that brings up another good point. Like at one point, there's like the retro games, which are cool, right?
Right.
But there's that middle part.
There's a lot of middle part.
Yeah, there's a lot of middle part where it's like,
Well, here's the thing: is like,
and Lord of the Rings falls into that.
and
So
that honestly, growing up, I was a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and
Oh, so was I.
I played the game a fuck ton, and so that's probably why it's not in that category for me, because it was just one of those games, like Star Wars Battlefront.
okay.
I played the shit
I
out of
hate
those
that
games.
game.
And so they were so
Say
good
another
to me.
game. Let's see what he says. Just
What?
anything. Just say any other game.
No, that game. But no,
Fable.
there was no. Oh, Fable's amazing.
right,
And they need
just-
to make
just
a.
check.
They need to make a new one. But
Fable
no, let me
sucks.
ask you about the antisocial thing real quick. So, like, you're saying that it's not healthy to, like, not want to be in front of people or with people. Like, that's not a good trait to have at all.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking more extreme. Like isolation is not a good thing.
Okay,
No,
so
okay, yeah.
I definitely isolate myself a lot.
Yeah, you sound like an isolator. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, definitely am.
I would be.
It's your boy.
If I didn't have a kid.
Yeah.
Just isolate the kids.
Because I don't
too.
even have my own time anymore.
Lock him in that creepy basement you have. I know he can't lift that door
Yeah,
up.
no. He hangs out with me until I go to sleep.
Your kid's gonna grow up really depressed.
You know, dude, I play Fortnite right now, just like everybody else in the world.
Right.
And I've got a friend on there. He's like your age or maybe in between us, and he's a single dad. And like, I mean, it's like midnight sometimes, and his kid's just loud as hell right there with him, and he watches his dad play Fortnite.
He doesn't put his kid to bed.
He doesn't do
It's
his
like-
own thing, dude?
What'd you
He
say?
doesn't what?
The kid doesn't do his own thing?
I mean, sometimes, but
Wait,
Yeah.
but it's midnight and he hasn't put his kid to bed?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the kid just
I'm working on something
he
completely
just, like,
different.
is
Check this out.
awake at the same time as dad.
I was reading this study that, okay, how do I put it? And both of you, since you both like apparently waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning,
I hate
5:30.
it.
apparently do not hate
Yeah,
going
it's not
to
fun.
sleep. But have you ever had, especially as a child, were you ever forced to go to sleep and lay there in the dark and you just lay there and thought? And
Yeah.
thought?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do that now.
It's
Do it-
unhealthy.
You do that now.
It's unhealthy.
Super unhealthy, right?
Yes, it actually is. You know, when I treat people with insomnia, that's one thing. It's like if you're laying there and you're trying to go to sleep and you can't get up,
Yeah.
do something.
It sucks.
because
Right.
you're just going into a spiral, and it's just
And
it's
you're
a
just thinking about
constant
going to
spiral.
sleep, and you're. So what the study I was reading is that we're doing it all wrong. For one, we're pushing kids into school at like 2 or 3, which is ridiculous. We should not do that. And we're messing with their own natural clock, which we shouldn't do. It creates people who have anxiety, who have sleep problems. This whole, and like a lot of us are
having
products
a
of that.
bedtime is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your kid's bedtime? Okay, well, first of all, does he have a bedtime, or does he just go to bed when he's
He
tired?
just kind of goes to bed when he's tired. And he
And
wakes up.
which
when
I
he
think
wants
is
to.
On
honestly
average,
fair.
what time is that?
Probably around 1:30.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh,
But see,
he
I also
wakes up at like 11.
I also see that
11:30.
being
oh, okay.
Oh no, I don't. He doesn't. Yeah, no,
So,
he
like,
doesn't
on a
have to
school
be
night?
anywhere till 1 o'clock. That's when his school starts.
He's in kindergarten.
He's in preschool.
Oh, okay.
Because I fucked that up, and I've had him in school the last 2 years.
Yeah.
How old
But
is he?
He's 5.
Okay. For some reason, I thought he was old.
Because for some reason,
No.
a kid needs to be in school at 3 years old.
I know, I fucked that up. Well,
You didn't.
I'm fighting a losing battle. I'm going to win.
There's pros and cons with that, just like everything else.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I understand what you guys are saying.
I'll say this, at least family and friends, the only one of my friends' family that started school at 3 years old is over 30 right now and living with the oldest member of my family and doesn't have a stable job.
Yeah.
The rest of us, we were late. I didn't go to kindergarten until I was like 6.
Yeah.
Like I was a holdout. I was just waiting for the right deal to come across before
I
I'd
didn't start
sign.
kindergarten until I was 10 years old.
Which I think we
Big
should
Will in the house.
Hose.
In his house.
But yeah, I think fucking. And after reading that, it's just this whole thing about how we're raising kids wrong. And I have to agree. I mean, there is something wrong with the way that our society's turning out. And that was one of the things. It's like we're fucking with people's clock. Like the reason I can't, like I have a really fucked up clock is because I have to pass out. Like I can't, if I got to wake up at 9, I'm still going to end up going to sleep at like 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'll lay there and I'll think. Like when I was like 5, I was like forced to go to bed, and I would just lay there and I just think about death constantly. Like I don't know why. Just questions like that. I just think about like what's going to happen here. What's blah blah. Just sit there and like panic. Now I'm 35 and I'm insane. A complete insomniac. I don't want to do that to my kid.
Yeah.
That's why I usually, and like, it sucks because part of me regrets it every single day, but I only get about 5 hours of sleep. Because if I go to bed any earlier than that, then I'm not really tired enough to fall right away. You know what I mean? If I don't fall right away...
Read a book, folks.
Okay.
It works wonders.
Or nerd.
Not a good book.
No, yeah, it does.
Nah, because then, like, if I actually find a good book that I can get into...
Dude.
No, I understand that, but like when you read, you naturally strain your eyes. So it doesn't matter how interesting it is. You are naturally straining your eyes.
Dude, I think I read Game of Thrones. Like, that's when I started staying up even later, was when I was reading Game of Thrones books. And those were, I mean, I could go through like 200 pages in it.
When was this?
Years ago.
How many
Like
years
when
ago?
I adopted the super late schedule I have now. I used to actually wake up like pretty early and stuff.
I used to be really into reading, and then I got out of it because after middle school, I think like I just became disinterested with it. But when I find a good book, you know what I mean? And then I just like plow through it.
Yes.
I'll sit down and I'll read that bitch every night. And
No, I
just
know. It doesn't make me tired.
Wow.
I know somebody who has not read a book in over probably 2 decades.
Well, we're looking at him.
I love reading, and seriously, I mean, I really use that as a therapeutic tool for people that have insomnia. Is read, and it doesn't. Yes, if you read boring stuff, but see, the problem with reading boring stuff is you're not going to want to do it. But like I said, I mean, it naturally strains your eyes, so it makes your eyes tired.
I do find it funny, though, that you're the only adult male I know that regularly will text me. About 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I'll text, something. We'll have a little bit of banter, but I usually get the text on a weekend. Well, I'm going to go read for a bit and take a nap. I've never met an adult male who takes a nap. I wish I could. I think it'd be great.
That's jealousy.
I was gonna say,
folks.
because-
that is
that's
jealousy.
totally
right there.
It
jealousy.
is because I used up until like 3 months ago, I still took naps when I could because I worked a job where some days we'd work as an under the table thing, or some days we'd just get back early. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, I can sleep on the way there" because I lived with them. But now, like, get up at 5:30, get home about either 4 or 7:30, depends on if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday with the show. But I know that if I take a nap, even if it's like an hour, because I've tried. Trust me, I've tried because I miss naps. I'll take an hour-long nap, and then I'm up until like 2 o'clock, and I have to get up in 3.5 hours, and it fucks me the next day.
And usually you feel shitty, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
And then
entire time you're up.
The first time I tried it, I was like, you know what? I sleep a lot because I'm still young. Fun fact, not young enough. So I took an 1.5 hour long nap, and I was up until 3. And I was like, fuck it. If I go to bed now, I'm going to be more tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pulled an
See, that shit
all-nighter.
doesn't faze me anymore, and I think it's because I'm crazy.
What
busy
doesn't faze
all
you?
the time? Anything, naps, coffee. I don't really drink
That's the
soda.
other thing. I
but,
can't have coffee anymore.
I could have a cup of coffee an hour before bed, and I'd have no problem going to sleep.
I used to be like that.
Just like
How much caffeine?
does not.
How much caffeine
faze
do you
me.
take a day?
Shut up.
That's huge.
See, I
3 to 4 cups of coffee a day at
damn.
least.
That's
At
big
least?
for me,
At
dude.
least.
Like, I don't even drink that much. And I drink a decent amount of caffeine. Although, you know what I've been doing is this.
Jerking off in your hand.
So,
Angrily.
this week, what, Will?
Angrily.
Angrily, very angrily. This week, I've genuinely been trying to be, like, healthier and stuff because, like, I'm sick of being a fat piece of shit.
Me too.
So,
Wait, why did you just look at me? Did you see that? Like, I mean, like,
The heavy side.
all right. First of all,
Yeah,
first of all,
if we were on a
fun
boat,
of myself.
the side
all right?
would not be doing well.
I didn't say anything, Matt.
You look right at me.
But anyway, I've actually been replacing pop with like green tea and apple juice and orange juice.
I want to get on the green tea
Because, like,
myself.
I love green tea
I
because it's
love
really good for you. But, like, at lunch and stuff, when I eat at work, usually I'll get, like... Cause my job makes me really tired because I'm just sitting and watching something all day, right? And so I get tired, so I'm like, oh, some coffee will wake me up or whatever. So I get, like, a cup of coffee. And I usually will get one in the morning just to, fresh here, let's wake up. But then throughout the day, I'll get, like, Dr. Pepper or something. And so I'm replacing that with green tea and apple juice and orange juice. So
Has it worked?
I feel better. I really do. Like, I know it's only Wednesday night, but I think this week I've only had, like, one thing of pop.
You just gotta watch the sugars in those bottled juices.
I know.
They're just as
Drinking.
bad.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very bad.
I know. But as far as the pop aspect of it, I do feel better. And so I'm hoping maybe next I'll get the courage to work out, but that's probably not going to happen.
I do think some of that though is in your head. Because I quit soda
And that's fine.
and went to Gatorade, and then I saw the side by side. Like Gatorade's worse for you.
But you know what?
Because not only do you have more sugar, you also have like a lot more sodium.
If
Well, you
it's-
have less sugar than in
Not
Gatorade.
regular Gatorade.
Yeah, it's like half of it.
No,
Well, okay, I'm thinking of Powerade, which I figured they'd be the same.
They are.
apparently
But
not.
they're-
And
Powerade
also,
is
like
better.
I drink like a can, like a small can.
Oh, okay.
And with the
Yeah, yeah.
Gatorade, you drink like a gallon.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only way they sell it.
Well,
But yeah, the sodium is.
and even if it
Yeah.
is just in my head, I still feel better, and that's fine with me. I'll take it being in my
Take
head.
that placebo effect.
Honestly, like, if either way, I'm gonna have a heart attack in 3 days. But for the last 3 days, I just feel better about life. That's fine. Whatever, kill me. I don't care.
I'd feel better about it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Busting
I'm
out the
about to
monster. Holy shit! There's another
Cheers to being fat.
transpherical.
And
Just you though.
god damn, it's 8% sodium in here.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I've been watching like ever since I've had like my weird heart issue.
We should make
It's
one
not an
that's-
issue, just in my head. But I've been looking at sodium and like, fuck, there's a lot of sodium.
We should just
in a
make
lot of
one that's
shit.
like 75% sodium.
just yeah.
It's just literally pure sodium.
That's Gatorade.
Yeah, it's Gatorade. And Powerade's better than Gatorade. It is not.
Probably maybe.
No, it is because I've compared them.
I mean, it
did
has like 19 grams of sugar.
I'm not saying it's good, but like I have compared just like original whatever Powerade and Gatorade. Powerade is better than Gatorade. Again, it's still got a lot of sugar in it. But if you're gonna choose one of them, might as well go with Powerade. And it's got better. It's got more electrolytes in it.
The
So
best
water.
alternative I've found is just bottled water with like that Mio stuff.
Yeah, but
That's
not
the
bottled
I like
water.
that, you know.
What was that?
Not bottled water.
You can't
And
trust
then
water.
use any kind of water. I don't care what kind of water. I mean, you can,
No bottle.
You can piss and filter it. I mean, I don't care what you.
I do that all the
That's a
time.
better
Just
option.
make
Saves a
sure
lot of
you
money.
use the Mio.
That's a better option.
Why not filter it and put the Mio in? Because then you won't even taste it.
Yeah, that's
It'll
a
just be a little
possibility.
salty.
I mean, you could. I mean, that might be an invention. It might be. Probably not though.
Probably not.
That'd be a good move.
I'd be willing.
Better
to
than Tide Pods.
Man, you know how much I would love to pitch that to like a really big business owner. Just be like, yeah, so I came up with this new drink. It's Mio and my own secret little. You can't tell them the whole recipe. Here, try it. The board of executives, just try this. Oh wow, this is really good. Yes, it is. We should sell it because I pee a fuck ton. I don't pee.
You might want to worry about that too.
No. Like I don't pee often.
Like the creeping diabetes that I hope is.
That's why you pee so much.
Yeah, exactly.
When you do pee.
Oh man. And
Are you one of those that like hold it and hold it and hold it?
No, not if I can release, then of course I'm going to.
Oh, all right.
But like
Tyrone's not always around.
I've just got a big bladder. I got a big bladder. Not like enlarged, but like it's just big.
I got you.
I don't hear that. I don't say that very often.
No,
but
That's not one of those.
Might be the
boasts.
first
Yeah,
time you've
no,
ever said
Oh
that.
man, you should see the size of my bladder.
Dude, have you seen my liver? It's huge. You should have that checked. Yo, remember that one gal that we knew for a little bit that she was like, yeah, I can't even have like a drink of wine or my liver will literally explode. Remember her? She worked right next door.
Oh yeah,
Stole a lot of money.
I feel like you have a lot of problems if that's what's going on with your liver.
Yeah.
No,
like
wait.
she was like, yeah, I can't have.
Is it from alcohol? Like,
Yeah.
was she an alcoholic?
I think she used to be.
or was it something that she's
I'm not sure though, but like I just remember she was like, "Yeah, I've got something fucked up with my liver, so if I take a shot, then like it expands and I get really sick, like ER sick."
That would make sense.
I don't know if that could be from like abuse though,
I don't think so.
because your
That's what
liver
I
is
was wondering.
really resistant.
It is.
Like you could chop 80% of it off and it'll grow back.
That shit's a champ.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great organ. So if you fuck it up,
It does a few things.
yeah,
A few important
jaundice. You get a nice little skin tone though.
yeah, exactly.
It's a nice change of pace. Sick of looking really white, develop jaundice.
Just look yellow.
Exactly. Yellow's the new white.
Who said white's bright, huh?
Well, everyone, because it is.
Is that what everyone's saying right now?
That's what I'm saying, and I mean I speak for most white people, so
I do not condone his actions.
you don't have to. I have the neo.
I don't condone his
side.
existence. Anyway, we're going to take a break because we're running late, but we will be back. I honestly don't know why I try.
Try what?
I think you know, as anyone
one heard
listening
that.
just heard. I heard it.
Yeah, I definitely.
Oh, I guess for some reason I'm not hearing things like. At the very beginning, I was telling you that my level seems really low, but I'm not picking it up like I usually do. But oh well, I guess.
I don't know. Will fucked up our board, and
They got a little bit.
You fucked up the board.
I didn't fuck up the board.
Hot rod, you didn't.
I didn't do
I
anything.
can verify he didn't fuck it up. We do the same shit. We don't like to stray from the course.
Yeah, it's too complicated.
Yeah, because then we have to get back on course, and I don't know that either of us really know how to do that.
No.
So we try not to fuck it up. So, Mr. Experimental over there. Oh, I can turn my voice into 30 different kinds.
Now, here's what happened Monday. We came in, we plugged it in, and music just came blaring out of the earphones.
Yeah, like it was super loud.
And
Honestly, I think you fucked up my headphones.
I don't.
I think that's what you did, is you fucked up my headphones.
I did.
Because when they blared through there, you fucked them up.
I wasn't here.
I think, well, you did something because we didn't set it like that.
Well, you didn't do a pre-board check to make sure everything.
We
was
couldn't do a
down
pre-board
low,
check. We had
down.
music blaring out at 300 decibels. How are we
He is kind of right. As soon as we plugged it in, there was like super, super loud music blaring out.
Let me just ruin my eardrums so we can get a shitty check going.
We actually thought we broke something because we were like looking around.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck is that music coming from?
Yeah. And then a bunch of
Pretty
dicks
funny.
popped up on the screen.
Yeah, that was kind of
pretty
weird.
I don't know.
I mean, I get it. When you have
dicks.
like, you're a VIP on Grindr, you know,
Hey, so just out of curiosity,
Big Willie Styles.
and I preface this with the fact that, like, not to be taken like midgets, okay? Not to be taken seriously, or little people. As you
Little
prefer.
people, Jesus fuck.
Midgets, because on Pornhub they're midgets. But, like, have you guys ever looked
You know,
up?
you're right.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why I call them midgets, because Pornhub told me so. Have you guys ever looked up, like, chicks with dicks?
Constantly.
Okay, cool.
Like, who doesn't?
Like, not to jerk off, just be like,
That's what I'm doing right now.
you know, like, I don't know. I'm a little
Wait,
curious.
what do you mean not to drink?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I just figured out a funny story that did happen to me. So, I was in the bank, right? And I was waiting because the
If
loan.
this doesn't involve Bailey J, I'm not going to be happy.
I wish it would. No, and so I was sitting in like the lobby area waiting for the guy to be done so I could meet with him. And he comes out. He's like, "Oh, hey, Cody, good to see you." Whatever. We go back into his office. He closes the door. And he was like, "Dude, the guy who was just in here, I went out to print something off and came back, and he was literally watching porn on his phone." And like, no. The kicker is like the way it's set up is, you know, his desk is against, like, it's in the middle of the room, but you know his back's to the wall.
Right.
The quote unquote wall that your back's to is all glass, and it's right by the entrance. So, like, if someone walks in, they'll see whatever you're doing on your phone. And he was like, I was gone for 2 minutes, and when I
Maybe
come back,
he
this dude's
just-
watching porn.
Maybe he just opened it up and...
No, he said this dude was actively, like, watching it. Like, he was on his phone watching it, not like, yeah,
Holy crap.
like 2 minutes.
Who loves porn that much?
And gets bored that easy.
How
And, like, he had to have had that shit on, like, speed dial.
How old do you think the guy was?
He was probably a good 40 years old, to be honest.
Holy fuck, aren't you bored? I mean, I'm 35 and I'm pretty much bored by porn.
He looked about 40, is what I'll say.
I don't know. Matt, you're kind of getting to that age. Aren't you pretty much bored by porn?
I don't really watch porn.
Right. I mean,
Okay,
like,
see,
the
I'm-
idea of it's funny or fun and whatever, but like,
And see, I'm 22, and for the last 2 years, probably, I really haven't watched porn. Just like, I mean, I watched it during high school a lot because, you know, raging hormones, whatever. But then I really did get bored with it. I'm like, none of these are, I don't know, none of the plots are good enough to keep me in.
it's
kinda
the
thing.
same shit.
It is like, I'm here to fix your plumbing. Well, my plumbing's not broken.
What are you looking for, like a Coen Brothers film or something?
I don't know. Do you have a good one?
Like a Wes Anderson kind of.
I don't know, maybe. But, you know, that's just 22 years old and I'm already bored with porn. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's what you get bored with sex.
Yeah. I kind of look forward to that, though, because, like, goddamn. I'm tired. Okay, seriously, though, the super high sex drive. And I'm sick of that shit. That's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, but I mean,
When you don't get laid.
yeah, I guess.
Know what I mean?
No, I do.
Okay.
I mean, but when you get bored with sex, it's because you're being boring at sex.
That's true.
And most guys don't figure that out.
And I think
until
that
it's
that's
too
when
late.
you got to move from the whole, you know what, I want her to enjoy this too. I think when you start to get bored with sex, you need to start thinking about, like, I need to enjoy this more than anything. Then you won't get bored with it.
Right, you got to mix it up, do
Yeah.
different stuff. Because she's definitely getting bored with it.
Yeah,
I think that's a big part of divorces.
it is.
Is sex sucks.
Honestly, I mean, like, you're not off there.
Yeah, I mean, because really, okay, is your wife really your best friend?
No.
Like, arguably, but like, if you lived with your best friend, wouldn't you be closer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you have certain things. Like, if you have a best friend, your best friend knows you. Like, my best friend and I would live great. I mean, we'd both be in our separate rooms
Yeah,
a lot,
exactly.
but then there'd be some times where, like, there'd be some communal hangout.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be the right levels.
No,
you could talk
exactly.
about shit, you
You
know.
don't have to share a bed.
No,
When
you got
when the
that,
time,
yeah.
like, and that's why I like my living arrangement, because I'm best friends with her. But you know what? Most days we're like, okay, so check this out. We're gonna hang out in our rooms and, like, not talk. You know what? That's super cool. And
That's
then,
great.
like, every other day, every third day, like, hey, you want to hang out for a couple hours, play some games or whatever? Yeah, cool. All right, well, I'm heading back to my room. And then, you know, it's beautiful.
Or you don't
because-
hear the. Will you just stop?
No, exactly.
I hear that a lot.
Exactly.
Because I'll be like, you know, I don't know. Did you hear that? You know, blah 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 did this, and she'll just look at me and be like, I'm tired.
No, exactly. But then when she wants to talk about something about
she
Dana
can-
at work.
But she can go on and on about people
Fuck.
I don't know doing shit I have no control over.
Well, Dana
and-
slept with Ricky, and fucking now he's in HR, and she's a grunt on the floor. I mean, what's going on there? She's really just trying to get with him.
And
so
really,
that-
Dana's getting promotions. I'm not.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit.
No, exactly.
And maybe I should just sleep with him and I would get promoted.
Exactly.
And it's like, bitch, go sell your pussy then. Just fucking shut up.
If it'll get you the goddamn promotion,
Yes.
just fucking
Put more
do
money
it.
in our goddamn account and shut your mouth up and
Shit.
fine. I don't care about your job. And that's why I don't talk about my job. No
She
one
doesn't give
cares
a
about
shit.
anyone else's job, ultimately. If you have a job that people care about, you can't talk about it.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know, like Matt. I would love to know some details on Matt's job.
Me
Matt
too.
Cannot. And
I can't talk about
he
it.
I
would
know.
never will. I mean,
know.
he's a good psychologist or whatever the hell
Yeah,
he is.
exactly. So it's
he
respectable
wouldn't
that you
do
don't
it.
talk about because I don't know that I could. That's maybe why I couldn't be.
That's why I would be shitty at it. Yeah.
Like the first thing I would open
There'd
the
be
show
radio
with, be
fodder
like,
for me.
Dude, guess what fucking happened at work today?
Yeah.
This guy went mental and just like started spitting on people.
I was talking to this woman who's never mind. Way too soon.
Joe Smith at 44 Columbus Avenue. Go hit him up. Sells a lot of meth. I don't know. That's why, and plus I would judge people too much. Like, I have a decent amount of patience.
I probably would too.
But for stupid people, and it's going to sound fucked up, but for like, I'm kind of mentally handicapped or whatever, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, I thought you were saying as a mentally handicapped person.
No. And like, I lived with an autistic kid for 3 years, and like, it helped. Don't get me wrong, that helped my fucking patience a lot. But still, it's not a job I could do because I would get tired of it so quick.
Oh, I don't.
Fucking cry in the
no.
corner then. Whatever,
Yeah,
do what
no.
you want.
I mean,
So props to you. You're doing something that I could never do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that can do it.
No, exactly.
chance in hell.
It takes a special person.
But I have zero patience outside of work.
Yeah.
I'd get that.
Yeah.
I do too.
You wasted them all. Well, waste is but
God damn, what a waste. Such a dick.
on psychos.
God. You're insulting his. Do you call them patients?
Clients usually.
You're insulting. That sounds too hookerish.
That really does.
Yeah. I don't know.
You bring it up. That, does-
Patience is more medical term.
that sounds. That
Yeah,
sounds more
but-
like they're dying of something.
No, I don't
It's
think
usually
so.
client.
I don't know, dude. I went to work today and met with all my clients.
See,
Pretty
that's-
productive day.
That's how Cody usually sounds.
Yeah.
After a weekend.
Exactly. So I don't know, man.
So while we're being
No,
offensive,
you met with your Johns.
more like
Anyway.
Tyrone's. Anyway, while we're being offensive,
Are we going to talk about something?
yes, we are. We
All
got
right.
a lot to talk about. You guys love Tucker Carlson, right?
I
I
love
like
him.
Tucker
I
Carlson.
love him.
I don't know
Shut
what
up.
the hell that first name you
Shut
said
up.
was.
Would you agree with what he said though last night about how Mexicans
Yes.
are the cause of all the opioid deaths?
No. Why would anyone agree with that?
Well, let me tell you why.
Yes, please tell me.
Because
No,
it's true.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's all I got for that.
Oh, you're not going to elaborate?
No, it's really just true. You
And I
kind
know-
of got to take it at face
Well,
value.
I know, like, people are like, why do you care? Okay, it was stupid that he said it. People say stupid stuff all the time. But why? Who cares?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's on Fox News.
Ultimately,
I
it's
mean,
wrong. Mexicans have nothing to do with the opioid. And that is kind of fucked up to blame 64,000 deaths on a group of people.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really racist. But
That wasn't
bigger-
even my favorite thing he said.
What was your favorite thing?
Oh, my favorite thing he said was the fact that Mexico wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the immigrants sending money back.
Oh, yes,
you're
yeah.
right.
So the immigrants that come make money here and send the money back to Mexico.
Which doesn't happen anymore.
Not re- I mean, they do for their families, but
Not to Mexico.
but the thing is like they're saying that that's that big of a part of the economy in Mexico that it wouldn't exist if that didn't happen.
Right, which is ridiculous, though, because most immigrants aren't even Mexican.
Yeah.
They're El Salvadorian.
Which really, if you think about it, Mexico's main economy comes from the drug runners. Because that's what they're all doing. They're all running drugs down.
I don't know. The guy.
We're just gonna
I
avoid
can't think
that.
of his name. I can't remember his name, but the guy that Tucker was talking to.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He admitted that obviously there's corruption in the Mexican government and that there's issues and
Corruption
stuff.
in every government.
Yeah, but and that there's a problem. But like, I mean, obviously he's not going to agree to that because it's heinous. Like,
No,
it's just it doesn't
ridiculous.
even.
It's ridiculous to think that that's where. I mean, if you have a problem, maybe go after big pharma, shut them down. But what makes it even worse is what Trump then did this morning by sending our military.
He's got to stop that caravan.
Yeah, you got to stop the caravan that we've never heard of before.
No,
But then it shows up on Fox News.
last couple days,
Right,
that huge caravan
That
coming
huge caravan that-
coming through
right, yeah. You got to put all of our.
doesn't even make sense
No.
because if you know anything about actually people crossing the border, they don't cross in big caravans.
No. And
So-
I mean, most people coming through a port, but whatever. It's not important. But yeah, so not all of our, but most of our, what's the term I'm looking for? Type of military.
Type of military?
Yeah.
Marines,
No.
Are you talking like foreign or like?
Air Force, National
No.
Guard.
National Guard. There we go.
How was I close with that?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I was close. And I was like,
No.
Oh,
But yeah, most of our National Guard is going to the border to watch the border.
Yeah.
Because that's where money should be spent, watching the border. Not... Which I still say, like, this is we talked about this Monday. It's the biggest bullshit story.
yeah.
Immigration is not a problem. Immigration's going down. We're at net zero, which means as many are coming in are leaving. It's been going down for years. It's not just under Trump. It's just like, why is this an issue? Like, can people look and do any research? And like,
I
is that
think it's an
impossible?
issue because it's one of the things he promised, and now he needs to make sure that happens.
Right, but like all these stories about how bad immigration is for us,
Oh,
and it's like, no, it's not even an issue.
Mhm.
It's a made up story. It's a made up problem in America, and it's ridiculous. Like, we were just talking about it, like I said, like Monday, and we were kind of just touching. I think we're just making fun of them.
Shocker.
And now it's like actually costing us money.
Yeah.
Now it's something we're going to have to kind of deal with.
yeah.
For what purpose? I have no idea. And he keeps touting this fucking wall, which he had the power to back a wall if he wanted to. But he passed the bill that didn't have money for the wall in it. That's kind of on him. But, okay, and here is a real story. That is a real problem, by the way. You remember the whole thing with Nicholas Cruz, and they were like, well, see, local police missed it, people missed it, everyone, it's their problem. These people show signs, and if we just had the signs and people acted and we stopped them, then that wouldn't be the problem. Guns aren't the problem. It's, people messing up, that's the problem. You remember that whole...
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Parkland's not a thing anymore, by the way.
Oh, sure, no. In Central Florida, a guy by the name of... kid by the name of Nicholas Vasquez, was recently, as of yesterday, was in court. And the reason why he was in court was local police officers visited him with a counselor, and they had visited him a while ago after the Parkland shooting, but had told him, hey, you're not allowed to buy guns, because you can't have any guns in the house. It's a whole deal. And the reason why they did that was because he posted on Reddit and on YouTube and a lot of other places that he thinks Nicholas Cruz and the guy that did the Las Vegas shooting, they were basically heroes of his, and it was a good thing.
Oh shit.
And when he was questioned by the counselor, like, what would possibly make you want to shoot a bunch of people? He said, well, anything traumatic, like losing a job or someone breaking up with me. And I'm guessing the counselor was like, yeah, that's, we got to take your guns.
Yeah.
You're insane.
And what a bitch, by the way.
Well,
I get
I know,
it.
how traumatic is it really?
It sucks in the meantime. It really does. But, like, Jesus Christ, you're going to go, if someone breaks up with you, you're going to go kill a bunch of innocent people?
see,
Right.
that-
I mean,
I mean-
that's where his headspace was.
yeah.
Yesterday, a judge ruled that it's okay for him to buy as many guns as he wants, and it's no big deal.
In Florida?
Anywhere. So here we have a situation.
No, I mean it was a judge from Florida.
Yeah, it was a judge from Florida. We have a situation where we see the problem, we try to stop the problem, and they say Second Amendment, give him his guns.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we supposed to do?
You know, it all comes back to kind of a callback when all this sexual allegations were coming out, and we were talking about the pendulum swinging, where it's good that everyone's coming out, but at a certain point the pendulum's going to swing too far, where everyone who shouldn't be coming out is coming out. This is kind of the same thing where everyone's taking these, you know, no gun control thing to a degree where when it swings back, it's going to swing back hard, and they're going to lose.
That's been my
everything.
That was what I was talking to Will about.
I don't, you know, do I agree with how we are now with guns? Obviously not. But I'm also not saying I don't want to see everyone lose their guns.
Right,
right. That would be unconstitutional. But it's going to get to the point where if people don't shape up, that's where it's going to go. People are going to get so fed up that they're like, you know what, fuck it. You're all just losing your guns. Someone's going to sign an executive order or something's going to happen where it's just, that's it.
Well, and the percentage of people under 18, between the age of 17 and 10 years old, that are in favor of guns is like 2%. It's incredibly low. And Emma Gonzalez, you know, from Parkland, she had a really interesting sign that she was holding up, which was like, you know, by the 2018 midterm elections, 4 million 17-year-olds will become 18 and they will vote.
Oh, yeah.
And going through like how quickly that time is going to pass by these people, and their inability to make any sort of movement on this is going to fuck them. And people are saying, fuck you, you didn't budge. Well, we're going to push you till you budge.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it sucks, honestly, because, yeah, I do think as long as they're well regulated, we should have guns.
But, you know, also, like, not that I want to see that happen, but in a way, part of me kind of does.
Yeah, I know.
Just as, like, a fuck, and I know I've got Will in the room or whatever, but, like, and you don't count
giving you that look, too.
Because you're one of the smarter ones where you agree that there can be regulations and everyone keeps their guns and everything's fine, as far as I'm aware, unless you've been faking it. But part of me is kind of like, fuck them. Because, like, it seems like the big majority of it, they don't want any of this.
Well, I think part of it comes down to this, too, is, like, one of my big complaints about, like, fundamentalist Muslims is the fact that they don't speak out against the crazy Muslims.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel the same way with the gun control people. Like, if you are pro-Second Amendment, but you're also for some gun reform, then you need to stand up. Like, you got to police your own side, you know, or you're going to lose control of it. I mean, I'm that way with, like, the First Amendment, which I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah.
But the
this
biggest
PC
problem
shit.
with that is that for people like myself, you get put in the middle where you're walking that line to where neither side is going to really respect anything that you have to say, because I'm not fully against it, but I'm not fully for it either. So basically what happens is that we become the mediator between both extremists. And it's a rough road to toe. So I'd rather just sit in my house with my guns, and if you need to come get them, come get them.
I don't think you even need to be a mediator for...
I think the middle's a lot bigger, though, than what you assume.
It's a lot. It's way big, and it's very quiet, because we don't, at this point, people that share the same views that I do on it don't have to move yet. We don't have to come up and lay our ace card down. Because right now I'm fine with everybody thinking I got a pair of twos.
But what if, there again, like, before you realize it, time passes you up and you don't even get a chance to?
We're not, as far as I know from all the conversation I've had with people all across the country about it, I'm not worried about the time. I'm for whatever.
But you should be.
I'm not, because the fact of the matter is this: no matter what, they're not going to come and take your guns from you. They will not do that.
Not right now.
They can't.
They might stop manufacturing bullets.
I was going to say...
They can make it very hard to get, which they've done.
Well...
They can put restrictions on them. They can stop all sales of firearms. You're not going to take them off the street.
Which is fine, but, like... And you're right. They aren't going to come to your house and take your gun, but they're going to make it so that your gun's useless. Like Zach said, if they stop making bullets, they stop making firearms, then what? You're going to have a couple guns in your closet that you can't even use unless you just save
Very
them.
briefly.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to run out of ammunition.
Really?
But unless you want to make your own, and if you've got the time to do that, then maybe you should get a job.
I think that from where I stand on it is good. I'm glad that the younger generation is getting involved and wants to see change for their future.
But you know,
I support that. I don't agree with some of the lines that they draw in the sand, but it's just like Jay said a little bit ago. Sometimes you have to meet and exceed the level of resistance that you're getting to break a barrier, and I think that's where we're at.
But you know, the problem is you said you're happy with just sitting back in your house with your guns, but apathy is going to be what kills you. The middle's so
That's
apathetic.
what his doctor said. Sorry.
The middle is so. You said yourself, the middle's quiet. They're all so apathetic, and that's going to hurt them.
Not really.
Oh no, it totally is, because if you don't say anything, could go in your favor, but it could also very well not.
But if okay, so based on this theory, we're the middle and we're a big population.
Yeah.
Right? We don't say anything and we just keep our mouth shut and let everybody think we're stupid, and we go to the poll and we vote and let that do our
But
job.
are you voting is the problem, because they are so quiet.
I don't know any pro-gun owner that doesn't vote.
Yeah.
Right, but as far as the middle goes,
I don't
are
know
they
any-
voting?
I don't
There's
know
a lot of
any- I don't know- I
anti-gun
don't know
people
any-
in the middle too.
Well, but the problem is this: in the middle, we're able to coexist and have these conversations and realize that we can come to a happy medium.
Right.
We just have to play the right cards. So everybody gets on the same page on who we're going to vote for to gain leverage to appease both sides. Everybody thinks we're dumb, but we're not.
And you make it sound so easy, but if that was the case, wouldn't that have been done by now?
But not to mention the fact that by not speaking about it, you really, because take it to again any other situation. Very like I get on the religious, the fundamentalists. When don't you listen more, or have more respect, or try to understand like a Muslim after they come out and say, no, it's really fucked up that they bombed Taylor Swift's concert, or whoever it was, Ariana Grande, and they say, we that's not what we stand for. Aren't you more sympathetic towards that group and say, yeah, and instead of having like this one idea, like, oh, that's what they all stand for, kind of the same thing. You can be like, I'm pro-gun, but we do need to change some stuff. I think that message would carry a lot further than having somebody like me, who's kind of an anti-gun person, say, take him away or whatever. I'm going to say, people are like, well, of course he's anti-gun. That's all he speaks. Oh, that guy's pro-gun. So he's for killing kids. Like, I know, I did that on purpose. But being in the middle and saying, yeah, this is a common sense kind of thing, don't you think that carries more weight than
I think that
just being quiet?
I think that for the message that the middle has to portray, we as a whole have to, timing is of the essence of when we deliver our message. When we stand up and deliver our message is going to depend. If it's timed wrong, it falls on deaf ears. Either way. So the timing has to be right. That's not right now. There's too much shit going on between both sides that the middle can stand up right now and say whatever we want. No one's going to hear it.
I completely agree, because there have been people in the middle, that have already tried to stand up and do some things, and it may be extreme and it may be stupid, but there were people down in Texas that destroyed their assault rifles or turned them into authorities, and they were very proud gun owners, but realized that there needs to be reform. They got drowned out, and they're going to get drowned out from both sides because it's so extreme, and it's the media doesn't want to hear from the moderates. They want to hear from the extreme, and so I understand what he's saying at the timing. I don't know when that timing is. I don't know if that's the voting booth.
That's the problem, is there's not going to be, because you're waiting for a time when there isn't some craziness, but there never
What would you
won't
recommend
be.
then? I'm just curious.
I'm saying there's enough, if there's a large amount of those people speaking out constantly, then you can't ignore them. It's going to be there,
Okay.
I mean, you just said about I knew about those people in Texas. So obviously there's at least half of us knew about it in this room. So enough people.
Yeah, I know Will thought about it. Knew
I mean,
about it.
that's what I'm saying.
about
Like,
it is that
it's not as
it's
quiet
not.
as you think it is. Because, like, well, just a second. Like, CNN, for instance, averages like 4 million listeners. Like, Joe Rogan averages 12 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, mass media is not this like big machine that people are just stuck to anymore. Like, our information comes from so many different places that I don't know. But like if you're waiting for a calm point to speak, there's never going to be one. Like, YouTube, the shooting at YouTube yesterday is almost an afterthought already. That just happened yesterday. There'll be another one in a couple days. There'll be a bigger one. There'll be a school shooting before the year's out. You know, there's going to be... So, there's no time to waste, I don't think, as far as how we feel and what we should say, because people in the middle who do have their beliefs are going to get swayed along the way as well. And you're going to hear... You're going to have people who are just sick and tired of Emma Gonzalez and David Hogg, and they're going to say, you know what, screw these punk kids, they don't know anything. No one, I don't want to change anything about my Second Amendment, even though I don't read it well and didn't realize it says well regulated. Not the point. I want my guns, fuck them. And then there's going to be people on the other side, in the middle, who are just like, dude, I'm sick of this shit. If this Nicholas Vasquez kid, or I'm sure there's 100 more cases just this month that are the same way, where an accredited counselor is saying, hey, there's a problem here, and a judge says, nah, that fucks with the Second Amendment. Guns pay for... NRA basically pays me money, so nah, fuck them. They can have them. One of these kids is going to shoot someone, and people are going to say, well, what else are we supposed to do? We tried to play by their rules. We tried to say responsible gun ownership, and you people just spit in our face. Fuck it, take away the guns. I mean, that's the problem.
I don't know. I could see both sides. I totally agree with you over here, Will, and I can definitely see how that's a very real theory that very well could happen.
I mean, it's absolutely the truth. I mean, it's just like it's no different than a boxing match. I mean, the guy that goes in and is all hopped up and he throws haymakers could possibly win the fight. The guy that waits and takes an ass whipping for a little bit and delivers that one calculated blow is probably going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I don't know. I
That's
disagree. But I watch a lot of Conor McGregor.
You got
That's your
McGregor
problem.
don't hold shit
You just got
back.
to think that, you know, the problem that I have in my personal life is that...
Homosexuality.
Well, that's it. But as far as the gun thing goes, I'm all for reform, and I'm all for protecting, you know, the future of this country. And I've said it on air, and I'll say it 100 times again. If that means if what I have to do to protect my child as a father, at some point you have to grow up and get out of this. Oh, I want it my way, this, that, and everything. If as a father and as somebody that gives a shit about your kid, and your kid, and everybody else's kid, if what you feel like you have to do for that to happen and to protect my son's life, come get my guns. I'm a bow hunter. I don't care. I'll give them up gladly. If that's what it's going to take to protect our children at school and preserve the future of this country, long after I'm gone, long after my son's gone, my grandkids are gone, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
You're a person in the middle that does say that, and does say that publicly. I'm saying we need more people like that. And
disagree.
I mean,
Until then, I'm going to shoot at shit.
and that's totally fine. But all I'm saying, too, like the lady that shot YouTube yesterday, they said there's warning signs. People knew, but didn't do anything. Like, as a whole, we got to get sick of this. Like, I'm sorry, but
Are we at the point to where we almost want this drama though? I mean, because it's no secret that society as a whole needs drama to thrive. I mean, do we want this drama? Because I believe at this point we're probably just a product of our own creation, really. I mean, it's the media saying, well, there was warning signs, there was this, that, and the other thing, there's this, that, and everything, this, and it continues to happen. And you got both sides protesting to make change, but all this shit's still happening underneath the nose of everybody. I mean, so what good are they really doing? On either side. None. They're doing nothing.
No, none. Of course. I mean, no one's going to... I don't think, honestly, and this is me being, a Cody on this, but, like, I don't think if 95% of the country was like, we need to do something about guns, it'll happen. I really don't think so. The NRA is that powerful. They own the government. They own us. Like, I really don't think much will change.
And they've tripled their money since Parkland.
Exactly. And I mean, and they sell this whole idea. I still don't even get the whole, I don't know, why guns are so important. I really don't. I don't understand why people give that much of a shit about a stupid piece of metal. Like, what is an average price of an AR-15? $600. You know what you could do with $600? You could buy an Xbox One. You could buy a really nice computer. You know how many other shit you could do with that, then?
Yeah, the Xbox One's the gateway drug, man. It's kids playing Xbox.
Oh, no, fuck you. No, fuck you and fuck that idea.
Because he's desensitized.
No, that's a bunch of horse shit. That's a bunch of horse shit and everyone
Honestly,
knows it.
And Will, maybe you can answer this. I guess I see guns as it's
extension
powerful.
of male penis.
It's power. I mean, I really do think people like guns because they are powerful, and it gives them power. And honestly, you were joking about the extension of a male penis, but that could be part of it too.
I think so.
It's like a lifted truck.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're shooting a gun, do you, or even a bow, do you feel?
Do you get
power?
a rod?
A little bit of a chub.
I mean, in a
Do you make
hunting
cumsies in your
situation,
pants?
When you come to full draw on an animal,
Yeah.
and you provided that opportunity, I mean, yeah, for a split second, it is a godlike feeling. You're out of breath to take life. I
Jesus
think that people that
Christ.
buy guns and collect guns because they're making up for
Talk
their
about
lack
you
of
being
exercise,
psychotic.
Probably the definition of people that shouldn't have guns.
Yeah.
Is it power? Yeah. But think about this. If you take all the guns out of any country, that country then becomes vulnerable to all kinds of attacks from everywhere.
No, I understand that.
You have to have guns to protect the culture. Do you need an AR-15? Do you need a brand new car? I mean,
Okay, but like...
Wait, okay, hold on. You basically said when you take a life, you make a cumsy? That's fucked up. That's insane. It gives you half a rod and you're spray painting the inside of your underwear white.
So a true hunter, such as myself, that's a lifestyle. That's not just something. I don't go out and hunt for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a great feeling from beginning to end to go out and to be able to be a part of nature and their woods and be able to have the opportunity to harvest an animal and prepare that animal, process that meat, cook it, prepare it for your family, and sit down and eat a meal is a great feeling all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And I don't find it. I mean, I don't like the way you're seeing it. I'm not seeing it that way. I mean, I completely agree.
I'm saying if you're saying Cody has problems,
whether it's, I mean, whether it's right or wrong, it's only human that you do get that high when you take something else's life. It's a power thing.
Oh, dude, it's a 45-minute adrenaline shot.
Y'all are fucked up.
I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying it's not. I mean, it's completely normal.
I guess. I don't know.
You know
I don't get it.
Now, when I shoot a deer now, I get excited for about 10 seconds, and then I'm like, shit.
Now I have to clean this
I gotta
thing.
drag this big bastard out of the woods.
Did you know a couple years ago, my dog got a hold of a chicken, and it was like halfway dead in my backyard? My wife had to go kill it. I wasn't going to do it.
What a bitch.
That's how much I've evolved. Okay, I don't like killing. I've gone above, you know, that. Not to mention, that's what I have help for. You know.
It's the food chain. I think it's a whole different mindset when you're killing another human being. I
Well,
can't
yeah,
say that
exactly.
For sure. I've never killed a human being. However,
I actually think it'd be easier to kill a human being than to kill an animal.
if some pile of trash
To be honest.
in my
Yeah.
house with a gun, I'm going to kill your ass, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm going to go back to bed and call 911.
In that order.
Wait till the next one.
They'll come in. They'll come in. You're eating breakfast in bed, watching the Golden Girls, like a dead guy hanging on your
This
floor.
guy up real quick. I got to be at work.
Well, I disagree, Will. I think you would feel bad. Maybe not right away, but you definitely would feel remorse about taking somebody's life.
Absolutely, that's human nature.
Exactly.
But
Do you think
I wouldn't end up in therapy over it
Probably not.
because I have to do what I have to do.
If you haven't yet,
Yes.
then I mean that's not going to be something that pushes you towards it.
That's not something that I would. I don't know, man. I mean, killing a human being has got to be one of the toughest things somebody can do. And for you to shut off your mind, and we had this conversation about Nicholas Cruz. For you to shut your mind off and calculate every move to that extent, and be that perfect in every move that you make, is not at that time is not insanity. That's genius.
Yeah.
I mean, you shut off your entire human way of thinking, and you become this machine that's just unexplainable.
Do you think, and this is more for Matt, but do you think, like, instinctually, there's people who are soldiers, that they want firearms or whatever, and then there's people who want to live, like, in a fortress or a castle or whatever, however you want to place it. Like, I feel super, super secure because I have a crazy security system. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that baby blanket with the gun
Sure.
as I would the other way. I hated not having a security system. I hated not having all the shit and whatever. Do you think that that's a human, you see what I'm saying though by that? Like, that's
Yeah.
a two-layer.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't have either.
Really?
And I mean, I'm pretty. But I also live in a small town. Like, I would have a security system if I lived in a bigger city, probably, and I may even own a handgun. I don't know. Where I live, I feel safe enough that I don't need that. But I mean,
Here, you've never had like anything fucked up happen to you?
not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had a few, like at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
There's one. Like when I was doing radio at Bethel, I got off about 4 o'clock. I'm at home and like winding down, and I just hear like this like fast, rapid knocking and this woman screaming. And like, I open this door, and like some woman just comes plunging into my house. And I could see some dude chasing her, yelling. It's like I slammed the door, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And about that time, like a bunch of cops showed up. But I mean, that's Newton. I was like 2 blocks away from
Sure. Yeah. But no, I mean,
because there's a lot of unstable people that live around here.
that's true.
Tons.
But I guess I just haven't. And it probably would change. If something were to happen, I probably would get a security system. But it hasn't. So I guess I'm okay with it. Are there times where I'm like, oh, shit, did I lock the door before I went to bed? Yeah. And then I'll get up, and most nights I'll get up and go make sure it's locked. And I guess there has been a couple times, but, I've come out in the middle of the night and my front door's wide open. And I figured out it was the door and the wind. But like, I mean, I grabbed a golf club and I searched through my entire house. And so like, I mean, it's natural to want to be safe. And it's natural to, like I said before, wanted that power. And so when you say, there's soldiers and then there's like the people that are
Yeah, I don't know what you would consider.
fortress dwelling. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Listen, she's a man. She's a woman. Okay.
but I mean, if you, that's kind of the explanation that I've gotten. Besides the whole, well, it's the Second Amendment. That's why I can do it.
But aren't-
is
okay, and if you were to
either the
characterize-
power thing or the defense thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, more evolutionary, if we've taken certain roles because of that's who we are. Like, I would argue that you're, like, more of a healer. Someone who cares more for people. So you're probably not even thinking about defense, or, you're...
No, but I'm very aware when I'm at work.
I'm sure.
There's
You
certain
have to be.
things that, I make sure doors are open. I make sure that, I have an escape plan if I need, if I can escape easily. But that's just my line of work. But at home, I don't know. I don't know if it could just be ignorance, honestly. Nothing's really happened to me, so I'm ignorant. Or it's, a false insecurity that I can just kick the shit out of anybody that comes in. I don't care if they have a gun, I've got my fists, kind of thing.
Depending on your alcohol level. You do not want to break it on Matt at like 2 in the morning on a Saturday. Like 12 Guinnesses and he's pissed.
But yeah, it just, it's probably down to that nothing's really happened to me in that sense, at least not here.
Yeah, I can respect. I just find that I just thought that was weird, maybe, or there was a characteristic that certain people have that would, pot talk, more pot talk,
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me. So, as I'm trying to, what do you guys want to talk about? Alex Jones or Sinclair Broadcasting? We only got time for one.
Let's talk about Alex.
Talk about
let's go with
Alex. Actually, this does kind of tie in line. Do you guys know, have you heard the name Marcel Fontaine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And he was the guy that people thought was the guy that did the Parkland shooting.
Who lives in Massachusetts, by
Who
the
lived
way.
in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure you know the answer, and I'm sure everyone does now, but do you know why everyone thought he did the shooting?
Because Alex Jones, in his
Yeah.
great integrity reporting.
Yes, because InfoWars posted a
put
picture
his
of him
picture
and
up.
said that this was a communist who shot up Parkland.
Because he was wearing some red communist garb, is what it actually said. But yeah, this guy had absolutely nothing to do with it. And there's...
You ever been to Florida?
No. And of course, there's still people that don't believe it, but these are also InfoWars followers.
Right.
That there's been like people that have been analyzing his face structure and believe that he is Nicholas Cruz.
These people are insane. They have problems.
And so, yeah, he's suing Mr. Jones for $1 million?
$1 million,
In
yeah.
defamation, which honestly isn't that much.
I honestly thought, if it was me, I was thinking I would go 5 at least.
It makes me believe that he's more of doing this for a point.
Well,
I think.
and I think the point is Alex Jones and InfoWars needs to stop being so reckless. Like, if anyone is fake news,
Reckless
it's them.
is the best word for that. Yeah, it's just.
They
6th time this year,
6th time this year.
as in from
Not to mention-
2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some of them are older. They're just being, they're just coming into fruition now. But he has the greatest hits. That like 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah.
Sandy Hook never happened, and no one really paid attention at that
Frogs
time.
Gay.
Yeah, yes, turning the frogs gay. That's everyone's favorite.
Nicholas Cruz is what do they call him? Crisis actors?
Crisis, not Nicholas, David Hogg.
Oh yeah. Crisis actor. That's right.
And Emma Gonzalez.
And the whole, which fucking bitch tits over here believed for. He really did. He believed it for about a couple hours.
He believed what?
That David Hogg and Emma Gonzalez were crisis
actors.
Yeah,
Who did?
you.
I didn't believe that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I brought up the fact that people were arguing that.
We were watching that. We were watching it on Vice News, and you're like, they're actors, right?
I was being satirical, asshole.
Sure. Maybe I couldn't tell because you had your head in your phone.
What? And I guess I don't know if I want to go on this rant because it'll take it over probably, and we can talk about it some other time. We can talk about, but I want to talk about why people are fans of these people, why they see them as heroes, and
Which, like Alex Jones?
no,
The
shooters.
Oh, yeah.
And you can argue all the way back that serial killers are a prime example of that. Like Charles Manson gets married in prison,
Right.
And
Jack
why
the Ripper
people
is
are
still
like
one of
that.
those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Because there's a lot. I mean, Nicholas Cruz is getting tons and tons and tons and tons of fan mail. Nudes from people.
Cody.
Things. Of course, he's getting like the religious ones saying like, "You're not right. Christ is right. He's still going to forgive you," kind of thing.
Right.
And then there's other ones, where they're saying, "Well, you're messed up, but the people were more messed up that you took care of, so it wasn't that big of a deal."
Let me finish
that
this
kind of
real quick, and
Sure.
then we can come back. Just to the Alex Jones stuff. The other people who are suing him, Chobani Yogurt,
Yeah.
because he claimed that they only hired illegal, like refugees, that raped people. Like he couldn't just go
What?
to refugees.
He
They
couldn't stop
also
there.
raped
He had to-
people.
Jesus.
His reporting on Pizzagate,
Yeah.
and which caused a man to shoot up a pizza parlor.
Yeah.
These are just, what was the other? There was another fantastic one in here.
There was Pepe the Frog.
Yeah, Pepe the Frog was another one that he was just. Well, it's freedom of speech to take
Yeah.
somebody's copyrighted material and use it to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope. Hopefully, I want to follow Alex Jones's situation though, because I hope Infowars goes down. They deserve to go down.
Yeah.
It's not responsible to share all, to create all this.
Yeah,
Propaganda.
whether you agree with either side, I mean, it's just reckless journaling. It's journalism. Sorry,
Exactly, and people.
he's
believe
probably
it.
terrible at journaling too, but reckless journalism, and it's just I don't know. It's fake news.
It's the fakest news.
Yeah,
and I would actually be more. What I'm curious about is like why people buy into that so hardcore.
yeah.
Like I get some of the conspiracies. Swamp Loch Ness monster.
Conspiracy theories interest
They're
me like
great. They're
crazy. I love
fantastic.
reading about them. I like watching documentaries about them. I know that they're bullshit mostly, but they're interesting. They're
Old Nessie
entertaining.
ain't. Old Nessie's down there.
Oh, I completely believe in old Nessie.
So do I.
Yeah.
I mean,
Old Nessie is the tits.
it looks just like a real dinosaur.
It does.
Pretty much, sure it is.
It's a she. Thank you very much,
What
guys.
else would it be?
It has to be.
You keep saying it. It's a she.
I didn't want to assume it's gender. It's
Maybe she's
2018.
transgender. Yeah,
It's a she.
I didn't want to offend it.
she's turning into a man. Reverse Caitlyn Jenner. What were you were saying before though? I just wanted to wrap up the Alex.
Yeah,
Jones
no, that's
thing.
cool. I just think, I understand it from the psychological aspect and why people and the kind of people that are attracted or whatnot. But, the bottom line is anybody that is mentally stable and that is connected to reality and has had good relationships, these are not the people that are sending fan mail. These are not the people that are trying to marry serial killers. These are people that are horrible in relationships. They don't have the skill set for a relationship. And it's just, I don't know. When people see it, a lot of them are like, well, how could you ever love Charles Manson? You
Right.
know? But, that person that loves Charles Manson probably had a lot of failed relationships and is probably not so great with human beings.
Do you think, though? Especially with Nicholas Cruz, isn't that happening a lot quicker? 'Cause,
It's happening really quick. Yeah.
it's almost like an instant gratification for some of these insane people. Because I know what you're talking about, like the Charles Manson thing. But like, I don't think as soon as Manson, I wasn't alive.
No, Manson right away got fan mail as well.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I thought it was
Because it kind of comes in waves. A lot of people will send things and be like, I know you didn't do this. You're completely innocent. And then there will be the people that are like, okay, you did this, but they empathize with them. And then there's other people that are just pissed off people just like him and completely understand why he would do what he did. But what I'm saying is it's not your... I hate the word normal. But it's not your... I'm just going to say it, normal people that...
Run of the mill.
Sure, that'll work. that are sending these fan mail. It's just it's hard. I mean, it's even hard when I can actually, when I understand the psychology behind it and why people do this, which we don't have time to go into psychology.
Right.
But it's still hard for me to understand. It really is.
How much, like, how many people, percentage population, would you say, buy into that group of people who idolizes or wants to save or be attached to this kind of cycle?
Yeah, and that's really good that you said attached, because that's what it really comes down to. These people want to be known, and they feel infamy being associated with these people. Which is a major reason why they do it. Like the girl who married Manson. Like, maybe she loved him. She wanted to be known. She wanted to be famous, and she did. I don't know what her name is now, but like, she was very famous back then. Everybody was talking about her.
Do you think that's going to be a bigger thing moving forward in society, where that's what everyone wants to do, is be famous?
It's true. I mean, I don't know if it'll become bigger, but we are seeing that. Charles Manson was a horrible person. Yeah, obviously.
Right.
But somebody that can go in, like Will said, and shut everything off, become a complete war machine,
cold-blooded,
and annihilate children. And for somebody to say that they love that person or that, it just. I think when you asked, is it quicker? I think it is. In that aspect, that I don't know. I mean, I don't get it.
And with people,
because people don't do this with child molesters.
With people idolizing fame as much as they do now. I mean, I think I'm one of the only people in a media platform who get to speak to a lot of people. I don't want my picture anywhere. I don't want people to know who I am. But I'm like super, super rare. Everybody wants to do Facebook Live. And so, do you think there's going to be more people who see mass shooters and be like, I want to hook my wagon to that? And, for the fame that, like you were saying.
I think so, because we're already, and maybe this isn't right on the road, but, how many times have we seen people being raped on Facebook Live? And
I don't think I have.
Cody really needs to stop posting this.
I haven't actually seen it, but there's stories about these happening,
right?
And there's more and more of these stories happening. And it's not necessarily rape every time, but like a little while ago, it was a mentally handicapped person that was abused, and bullying is a big one on Facebook Live, and you're right, people are just trying to get famous for any reason that they can. Because they do, with those horrible things. But
right.
They do. And I don't know. It's just, people just want to be known. People just, and if that means that they need to be associated with a killer or whatnot, as long as they're known, that's what's important.
That's a sad existence.
It boils down to humanity is very insecure. And without getting into it, society doesn't help. Society is the main reason, the way that we live and the things we see. You can argue, skinny girls in a magazine, that whole argument, You can argue video games. You can argue any argument, basically. It comes down to insecurity of humanity, and that they need that security feeling. They'll get it.
Yeah, it's a really sad existence, I think. Honestly.
Now who's the pessimist?
Right? Thanks, Cody.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to share it.
Anyway, that's it for us after that joyful last message by the two darkest people I know in the world.
Sorry I ended that with Debbie Downer.
Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening to us. If you're listening to us on TuneIn or at 106realrockradio.com, make sure to get the app 106.6 The Blast. From there, that's pretty much your gateway. You got everything available there. You have the YouTube, which we're working on getting subscribers. Get us up to 100 so we can do some live stuff. Probably maybe Friday or next week, if we have the live thing, I'm going to do a video of showing me teaching Cody how to run the board and everything live as we're doing it. So that'll be a lot of fun. And if you want to check that out, that'll be on a Facebook page, which you can also access through the app. So get the app, Make sure you also turn the notifications on. We will be back Friday, 5 to 7. But tomorrow, Will's got you with the Metal Meltdown, 7 to 9:30. And then on Friday, he'll be on the Assault, 7 to 9:30. Stop doing stuff. Hard enough to do these. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening to us. Cody, what do you got, man?
Also, be sure to check out Revolution Auto Sales if you're in the need for a new car. You plugged the Facebook, I think?
Just through the app.
Okay. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, 106.6 The Blast, and also the Jay and Cody Show. On Twitter, our handles are I am Magnus Apex. He is JC Show VIP. Send us song requests, send us opinions, send us everything. We'll read them. Maybe share them if we're interested. If not, we won't.
Especially if you insult us. We love a good
Yeah,
insult.
I love a good berating.
Yes.
I grew
best.
up on it. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening. We love you.